Camcat Publishing presents Imagining Elsewhere by Sara Hosey, narrated by Suzanne Elise Freeman. For Jess, John, and Julian. Chapter 1. Moments after she met Candi Clifton for the first time, Astrid Friedman Smith experienced a sinking feeling of recognition. She knew karma when it came around to bite her in the ass. It was on that very first day at her new school that Astrid found herself flying, literally flying, across the cafeteria and then falling face down on the polished linoleum while her classmates laughed and threw milk cartons and French fries at her. She knew she deserved it, especially because her own poor choices had been one of the main reasons she was at this new school in the first place. It was the fall of 1988 when they moved from Queens to Elsewhere, New York, in part because Astrid had a not-so-insignificant problem with bullying and harassing other students. A problem so big, in fact, that it had made the New York area tabloid newspapers, which ran third and fourth page headlines like "High-performing high schoolers get an A+ in cruelty" and "Out on her Astrid, lead bully expelled from prep school." Footnote, but we'll get to that. Astrid had lived in Elsewhere for a full 2 weeks before that first day in the cafeteria, and she'd still believed the move had been punishment enough. This was partly because, before the move, when Astrid had looked up Elsewhere in the World Book Encyclopedia. Footnote, the hard copies of Wikipedia. Big books in an alphabetical set. They covered lots of topics, but were sort of limited. For example, there was no entry for anything really contemporary, and there was no good sex stuff, much to the dismay of many middle schoolers. All she was able to discover was that it was a small, economically depressed community where the high taxes were matched only by a startlingly high suicide rate. Some real small-town values right there, Astrid had thought. She'd imagined that if she could simply survive her senior year at Elsewhere High, she'd be fine. She'd had no idea that surviving elsewhere might actually be a challenge. She'd heard of Candi before she'd met her, and even seen a picture of her. For some inexplicable reason, there was a lurid painting of a 12-year-old Candi hanging up in the public library. From what Astrid had gathered, this Candi girl, despite only being in high school, ran the town of Elsewhere. This made no sense to Astrid, but...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?